Hello, listeners. Hi, my name is Madhavi, and I'm so happy to have you on Upptalk. You have come to the right place if you want to learn about IT and do really cool things with your hands. We are not just another IT company when I say Upptalk. Think of us as your learning partner dedicated to helping you reach your full potential. We have top notch hands on courses to help you build your business, whether you are new to technology or want to move up in your current job. Let's look around this as our first step towards learning.
We're supposed to go through display preferences. So I'll start one by one. So first I will start with the custom field labels. So let me show you what this is about. Let me open one employee. So any one employee going to people editor. So C is personal information. So in Chrome there are default columns. We have columns like last name, first name, short name, ID, hire date. These are general information. Then we have user information like this. What is his username? What is his password? Then we also have details like when he was hired. There are a number of person dates. Then in Java assignment, we are having details like what is his frame, the job, what is his time zone, pay rule. These details we have, these are all system inbuilt points. So this is how normally for a like employer manager, the Chrome will have, like we can feed these details from terms of that party, or we can do some calculation and feed it to the system like what time entry. But that is in like these are all system default columns. What is the like? We are in a need. We need to create our own column. Like we need to create a field and we need to enter like new value to it. You're getting me. What I'm saying is these are all inbuilt points. We need a custom if you want to create any new field like in that particular template. In that area, this will come into play the custom field tables. Currently go, this is available at this. This is additional information, person additional information. So whatever the field we have is created by ourselves under custom fields. If you create both here under custom field labels, you can see only currently we have two field labels. We clear how early, only custom data field. This is how we have given names. We can create if needed more than this we can create. By clicking here we can create one more. Say maybe like here, there is a no field for gender. So let's keep something like gender. I'm just saving the example. I'm just giving you an example. Let me save it out. Now if you go to people editor, we have two here now. I'll close and open this guy. Now if you see, you will have the addition. So for this column, we can map to the integration also, like when we are loading and apply this particular field and additional information could be having all this value based on the, let's say, we have a third party system where we can like is normally the field will come from either employees or work there. There will be column called gender. So if you want to map that, we can say this column from this goes to this, so automatically we can do it. Also, if you want to manually change, you can directly tap here and put like MRF, whatever you want. So this is basically like customization. If we need some additional column apart from what we have in the system, we can use custom field labels. If you want to create in any other technology, like the people software, let's say we require some supporting knowledge for this particular field creation. Here, we can create it like this, but when mapping, you need to give this. This is the ID for this custom field 3. Custom field 3 is the name for this for gender. This that you cannot change it when you are mapping through some integration or clerk, it will ask for the name. Like there will be a default name for the name, last name, and everything what we have. There will be a field like integration will have a mapping. So for this one, it will be custom field 1, custom field 2, custom field 3. This is the field name for this particular item. These we have done in the SAP like that. When I worked in one of the projects, like before 2010 and all, there was no option for other information gathering. So that was the new field which we have developed and we have tested and they have moved to the product. But Raya, like as you said, basically you might be following up like similar process, but in a different way about what this is. More or less is same thing. But the one thing that what it here is creating is very easy. Just you need to work some all with the mapping creating. We can create a number by just clicking on this. Yes. Then the procedure is quite different. Like we need to write the coding for the terminal and we need to do some coding. The background is mandatory for the terminal. So here the system will automatically build the codes. So once you use Integration Manager when you are doing mapping, just you need to give the name custom field 3 equal to like. Transfer this value from this, it will automatically take. Just remember what is the field name custom field 3. That is it. That is all about this. Now we are going to see about these full items. I'll take you through like these are all one-on-one the same thing. This is a bottom block. And for these items, this is the other like top the higher level block. Workforce genies and workforce genies building blocks. What this is about is first or second session. Whichever we talk like we spoke about genies. What are genies? We call these as genies. One second. Currently what is open here, genies you can see here. Whichever is open will be grayed out. Let me, it's loading. Can anyone else just try to log it with this particular? This is alone not opening. I'm not sure why. For Central, it itself has an inbuilt tool called Workforce Integration Manager. RBM Workforce Integration Manager for this sort. Tell is more preferably used for other one. The kitchen dimension. It's the Delvimi, the open source format. It's done, license. Delvimi, we can use it for multiple applications, but mostly it's preferable for the dimension. But the inbuilt tool, is more preferable. There's a tool called Workforce Integration Manager. This is more preferable Workforce Central. There's another part, one tool of which is you get a dimension, but like dimension, you can use Delvimi. That's how the people are currently using it. Delvimi is for this Workforce Integration Manager. It's not like you can even use Delvimi for this. It's a difficult mapping. There are some shortcomings and cost involved. Usually, people are using this suite rather than like Dimension is used by only few companies which are to pay more. Dimension is not one tool, but it's not suitable for all the companies. Companies with budget, they'll go with Central. Now let's see about this genies and genie blocks. So genies are this is what we know as genies. So the quick point we have, if you see here, these are genes. The quick find we have, then we have n number of genes here. Approval, sign off, total loss. The consultant card is summary accrued reporting period. Approval summary. So these are all genies here. Example, let's take approval summary. What do we have here? We have employee name ID manager, approval employee, like where this is created, where we can customize this. So these genies, approval summary, and like even there's something called list summary. I'll take it to the summary. Summary is easy. Each summary basically has name, labor, account, username, email address, what batch number are saying manager. These are the columns. And we can filter out the columns if needed. One or two columns if you want to remove from this view, we can have it, or we can have, this is how this genie is example. This is one of the genie. Where we are creating it, where these columns comes from, how we are doing it, that is based on this. That is based on our workforce genies and workforce genies building block. Again, we need to hear all these unique capacities. What we saw now is summary. Is summary belong to this category details? So they have segregated genies in different categories: accruals, averaging, details, schedule group detail, quick find, schedule editor, schedule planner. So they have different groups for like different setup. So quick find comes under different section. So under detail, there are different genies like example. If you see here to go to detail, you can see is summary genie. So these genies all come up under is like details category. Whatever the genie is like activity, employee details, activity employee status, whatever these is already created or created by some other people. These, whatever you see here, apart from summary, like what we saw, approval summary, approved time cards, these all come under. Let me show you here, which will be easy. So out of this approval summary, where is approval summary? These are not enabled. Currently, only few items are enabled. So what? Basically, this means why this is some example. This is summary is coming under this category detail. Why it is coming out of detail category means we are providing the personal information. What mean is, or whatever we have in the people tab, we are giving the details. These are the details which we have in our people tab for an employee. So what are like those kind of genies which gives details from the people tab is sorted under detail genie. So you can see that whatever is related to accruals like that will be coming under accrual genie. So if you see here, there will be accrual reporting period and data integration, accrual review. So let me take you through one of this accrual detail. What this will give is like, this is like accrual related this genie. So it comes under that category of accrual. So what this is doing is it will show him what type of like, what is the employee name and how many hours he has, and then each type of leaves like vacation, sick, what are the types he is eligible for, and what are the running wells currently he has. So this is something like leave the logic. This is something related to accruals, not about the people tab. So whatever is related to the people tab is grouped under detail normal quick find, which is default one. That is under quick find. So whatever is related to accruals will come under accruals. Whatever is related to schedule, and these items will be categorized under these. So the major item which we will be using is under details, because when we need customization based on like employee details, person details, whatever we have, we will be using this. So these are the Genie's categories. For each of these categories, we will have a separate building blocks. So these are not interconnected. These are different, like individual ones mapped to each of these items. So accrual detail will be mapped to accrual detail, column sets. Average detail will map the average detail column set. Detail will be mapped to detail, column set. Similarly, for each item, we will have one column set. So these are the base for which we build all the genies under details. So first, since we have gone through e-summary, I'll show you how this e-summary is built under detail. So far that this is e-summary under detail workforce genies. So we are going to see how detail is built up. So we need to see the detail column sets. Let me take you how this is built up. Let me open the e-summary also. So e-summary has these details. As you see, name player. Now let us see how e-summary column set is built up. So under e-summary, we have n number of column sets. We need to have a proper naming so that we can identify our system. E-summary. We need to just click on it to see how it is created. These are default books, system default books. If you want to create a customized one, we can duplicate this and create a new one. This is how our columns are created. If you see this person name, person labor account, username, email address, active birth number. So these are the columns we see here. Same column. At the like, we don't need to code anything. This will automatically have the mapping. So this is the column names which we give will come up as columns there. We just need to map it out. So if you would direct, if you just open this detail column sets and create new, if you open detail column sets and create new, automatically we will have all these options. Like you need to create one by one row, but you will have these details, person number, everything will come up as a drop down. The system is here. It is a directly mapped to the system. We just need to pick what details from the people tab you need. Like whether you need, whether he is from the particular, what is his manager, whether what country he is from, what is his email address, or whatever we have in the people tab will be coming up as a drop down here. we can pick what we need for our gene. So if you see here for email address, they have picked the email address. And for employee group, they have picked. There will be column for each and every item what we have in the people tab. Now we will be defining again based on what it will be default sorted. It will be sorted based on username. Then if you want to define like redefine the sort, we can sort it in the gene needs. So any confusion here, what this does, if you want to create a customized one, we can create a customized one. I'm not altering this. Let it be like this. For your example, what we will do here is say they're saying like we need a like this. Let me pick another gene is somebody that default on. It's used by many people. We'll pick some other gene needs from the detail column set and we'll change it out. Or let it be summary. What we will do is we will remove this work phone and we'll add some other call. I'll just show you how we are doing it. First, what I will do is I'll not change this. I'll have it like this. I'll duplicate this. I'll duplicate this and I'll create a summary. I'll create it like this. Now I'm going to remove this work phone. I don't need this. Either I can cancel it or I can give a new name and I can add some other details here. So instead of phone number, what we can add hire date is currently not there. They don't have hire rate. So what I'm going to do is in detail column, I'm going to add the employees hire dates. So automatically it will give you a label name. If you want to change it, you can change it. As soon as I pick a column, it will give them a name. If you want to change it, you can change it like a code default, like a customized name. Again, if you see here, there are a few columns which will have this straight line in between them. Loss totalization, employee group assigned manager. This is to make another line in the column name. So email will come as the first line and address will come as the second line. If you see here assigned manager employee group, this is for the next line. So that employee comes in the first leg, go on, it comes in. It is not occupying much space horizontally. So for that purpose, we will be using this height like straight line. So now we have added work phone. Instead of work phone, we have added hire date. We can define how much width it will have. It's better to leave the normal one. How much of width it is automatically suggesting, I can leave it to that. If you are having a field particularly where we are overriding the length of this, then we can change the with URLS. It can be same. We'll believe it by default. Now I'm going to save and return. Our name is summary 2. I haven't edited the summary, I just created one more. So we have created the columns. Now I need to go to that particular genie. I need to go to details. So in detail, what I'm going to do is instead of creating a new one, I'm just going to use this summary itself. So when you click a genie, what it will have is it will have the summary name and the description. Then what is the default hyperfine query? What is the default time period? What is the default columns and where it will be found? So I'll go take you through one by one. First default hyperfine means I'll just open the other one. So when I select a hyperfine query, by default a hyperfine is chosen here all home. That is, depending on what we do here for that particular hyperfine query. If we do all home for each summary, when we are opening a summary, automatically by default all home will be selected. If you are giving a different query, that query will be selected. Again, default time period. What is the default time period for this particular query means current paper rate. That is based on the option which you choose here. You can choose current paper rate, previous paper rate, or you can choose a single day, today or yesterday, like that. Again, columns. It is what we are creating the columns. So now I'm going to change this summary to see our changes. This is where our whatever we create. Navigation category. This can be under timekeeping itself. So whatever is related to scheduling, we will just change it to scheduling. Others everything. Whatever we create, rules or details, everything will come under timekeeping. Schedule related items will go under scheduling. Time of related items will go under my calendars. So these are default mapping what we will be using. But this one, most of the genius will come under timekeeping. I'm just saving it. That's it. Now I'll just refresh it. But I'll close it. If it's not coming, then we need to sign off. We have the higher rate. Higher rate is mapped to that particular employee. That would show up here instead of this. If you want this column to be second or third, that also we can do. Just we need to push up in the column sets. If you want higher rate to be the second or third column, then in it again, go back to detail, column sets. Or is summary true? Just we need to push back. So no, upper person, it will come as higher rate. It's taking some time. I haven't saved it, I think. Saved. It is taking some time. Let me close it. I'll close it open again. So these are also will be a part of interview questions. They'll ask how we will be creating genies. If you want to replace a column, how we will do it, how your mapping feels these things, they will be asking you the question. like what are the types of columns, some columns we have, what types of genies we have. Again, I just need to show you one more thing which is in the navigation category. We saw timekeeping for assembly. Similarly, there were other options like schedules, my calendars, and these things. Let me show you what that is needed. So here, if I go to my management department, there will be option called schedule plan. Like I can go with the schedule plan itself. So if I want to have some hyperfines like similar things in the schedules related items, I can use this particular department. Again, in 1 second. Sorry, what is it? Again, calendar is something which will not be visible to us. It's specifically for the employees where they will be seeing their time offs and other stuffs. So I'm not sure whether it is visible to us. We have something called calendar. I don't think so. Only we have schedules and other items. We don't have standard option. Calendar option is like our calendar, but within the system there will be calendar available for the employees so that they can see when they have taken time offs. So for that purpose, if you are creating some genius, then we need to mark it. But 90% whatever you are creating will be under timekeeping. We are using it for timekeeping purpose only. Management department is a timekeeping bar. So in that only we are using it. So other items, like I said, accrual will be related to accrual details. Maybe I'll show you one more detail about this also. Let's see the accrual detail. In accrual detail, we have like accrual reporting period. So let me open that also. I'll give one more items others. You can just check it out what each one is doing. Accrual reporting period. So what accrual reporting period is currently doing is it is giving the name of the employee and what are the vacation and reach vacation, how many hours he is having as of today. Opening balance and available balance and 18 months. So if you see in the sector how it is marked means we have a genie called accrual reporting period. This will be definitely under the columns itself because it's an accrual detail genie, the columns. It will be under accrual detail columns. Here you can see under the same. This is how the naming and returns should be. So if you open this accrual reporting period, you can see the columns they have picked up. They have picked up person name, then the accrual code. So this will have everything related to the accrual. Accrual code, accrual starting balance, or like what is the ending balance? Do we have any? Take things like and also the normal default items like hire date, person name. These things will be visible to all the queries, whatever we are using it. Apart from that, additionally, we can see these items. Accrual related items will be available here. Clear what we're doing here? Just the again fetching the people name and then we are adding accrual related like what operating balance he has, what available balance here. Those things we are mapping it out here. So these columns will be identical to what we see here. Person name, accrual code accrual to particular accrual units. Same thing will come up here. Person name, what is the accrual code, location, reporting period, what units hours, what is the opening balance. This will come here. That is about the detailed genies and what we have as the column sets. So other column sets again, this will be similar to them. We will be mapping the same thing to this upper part, and this is how we will be creating the genies. So any confusions around this area alone? So this is all about the genies. So apart from this, like tomorrow's session, we will see about workforce genie profiles, navigator profiles, and display profiles. This is a bigger topic. It will look like symbols in the one, but it will take a long time. This will define like how we are creating, how this system looks like. These items will come out of this. How our home page should be, how our display should be, what icons we'll be seeing by default. That is depending on how we are creating this. So today I'll just give an overview on what is about the custom URLs and custom URL profiles. We have obtained 1 minute. So I'll just give a heads up on this. Custom URLs. This is not an important topic, but just a normal item to know. So these are like the URLs which will, when we are clicking on a particular item there, it will take us. Like example, if an employee is using mobile to log in Kronos. So these are like the default URLs which it will be taken to, JSP. If they click on something where it should navigate, that URL will be available here. We won't do any changes here. Just I'm giving a heads up what this is. So we have managers and employees using mobile to log into Kronos, and they can punch in and punch out. If they are given permission, they can use it to punch in and punch out, apply for leads, or like edit their punches. Everything they can do within their profile. So unlike logging into the system, if they are using their mobile to log in, then their control will be from the mobile. It will be going through this URL to perform their functions. This is for a manager who is trying to approve or renew employees' time of request through mobile. And this is for manager who is trying to edit, approve, update time cards mobile. So when he's clicking on those functions using the mobile app they have, a UKG has a personal dimension. Everything there's a mobile app. So for central, if they're using whoever is using this instant, they are using the mobile app to approve or update time card. The control will take them through this particular URL. This is again for these are two things for employees. When they're requesting time off from their mobile and when they're requesting time like trying to edit their time card from mobile. So this will be like an kind of option in their mobile. Once they log into their mobile, they will have these options. Like either it will be, the name might be different, like request time off and maybe edit time card. So once they click on this, it will take them through this particular page. This is like The control, a home button like home page in the mobile options will have like these options. Actually, this is a test instance. So they only have 3 or 4 options, but whatever the options we have in the mobile application, that will be having it. Our 1520 custom URLs will be there based on that. It's like I'm clicking on this display preferences where it should take me. So for this test instance, they have designated only these items. So when an employee logs in, he will be having only 2 options in his mobile. One is request and one is time card. So when he clicks on request, it will take him to this mobile ESGs. This page it will take. When he clicks on time card, it will take him to application navigator mobile, EMAN PTGS. This is nothing. This is like which page we are in currently. If you see, here we are under again navigator container, some page. Similarly, when they are using mobile, where they should land up, where the weather, they should land up on time card, whether they should land up on schedules, that is depending on the URL which we do here. This is a control switch. We will not be doing any changes here, but giving an idea of how it is working. Again, custom your profiles. We will group like we had 4 items, 2 for managers and 2 for employees. We can group it based on who will have what. We only have a default one here, which will have everything. You can see here. Now they only have for mobile. They don't have any other item. So for mobile screen, we have all these 4 items. So we can select what should be available for manager like these 2, what should be available for employees, these 2. We can pick them as I need to them. This is an optional only for people who are using mobile, what control they should have. We are doing it here, that's it. Just for the entering questions, you can have an idea about what this is, custom URL. This is like control switches, like when you click on particular item, which mobile, like up in the mobile application where I should land. You can see the same navigation we see here. Application navigator, we are in one page. Similarly, if we go to URLS here, if I go to this will have another item application navigator. So this control switches. We cannot have these many tabs. In some builds, it will be switching to 1 or 2 tabs. So that's how the control is switching from 1 to 1. When I click on this, where it should take me. When I click on go to and reports, how it is going to report. Those controls are maintained in this custom URL file. We are just assigning it. So in the prospect, they will ask questions. So you can say this is what we are doing. We are controlling when they click on something. Example, when I click on this, where it will, which page should go over those items. So the other items which is on the top, it will take at least 2 sessions. I think 1 or 2 sessions to complete. It will have huge chunk of details to cover up. I'll take you through that tomorrow. Workforce, Genie profiles, navigator profiles, and navigation profiles, these things. These are like how we will be designing our system. What will be visible to us. How it will be. So I'll take you through this tomorrow. Any doubts on whatever we have taken today? I think much. I don't know. Go through it. This is also a simple topic, but it'll take some time to explain what we are doing properly. And also, if time permits, I'll take you through this also manage navigators. This is where we define how this is the topic actually. This will take less time comparatively. So these are just navigator profiles and display profiles. The actual work we do, how our design looks like, is based on this. If you see, this is whatever we are in here. We call this as our workspace. So this is where we are creating our workspace. As example, we see administration, your administration management department, schedule planner. So these are all created here. The workspaces go to links management department. And again, the topmost one in navigator, super user navigator. Let me show you some, just a glimpse. How our system looks like, what is our default screen, what we see. So as soon as we log in, we'll be seeing two items. One would be management department. Then we have different access. If this is the access which we have as soon as we log in, this should be our home page. Administration should be our home page and nothing else would be visible here. So these items we will be like creating and managing here. Tomorrow we can go through this on fresh. We'll complete the small items in display profiles and then we'll come to this. Anything else? So we're good. We can then. Please do like, share, and subscribe to our channel. For more information, contact us sales@therightuptalk.com.